we are live, and for the first time ever I've got myself a new camera. I've decided to put my face on it, something a little bit different for a change. So we are currently playing live War of Rights. For those of you guys that haven't seen this before, this is a massively multiplayer game set during the American Civil War. So we've got the Union and the CSA forces facing off against each other in this huge battle. I think in this public server we're playing, there's about 100 players on each team, but guys, it can get so much better than this. You know, what we're looking at here is only half the size that these matches can get to, so keep that in mind when watching it. So we're joining this just at the end of an existing round, as the Union, by the looks of it, are attacking the point of contention, which is down there. And over here, they are desperately trying to make their way down this pathway, but the CSA are blocking their way. If we zoom out a little bit, right click, we can get the flags just to show you the positions. So you can see a lot of CSA troops down there at the moment. Most of the Union forces are positioned here, and I'll be honest guys, I don't think the Union are going to take it for this one. We'll obviously watch another round from the beginning next, but for now we'll just sit back and watch as this initial round comes to a close. Hopefully we'll get some sort of epic charge, but I don't know. There's not much time on the clock if they're going to do something. Oh no! The artillery on the top there, look, you can still see the smoke from it. Literally direct hit on the Union forces. That was so sad to see so many good men go down. And there we have it, guys. They're all charging to the point. A battle's taking place down there. And as the round comes to a close, I believe that's going to be a victory for the CSA. Well played to both teams. So, just while we're waiting for the next round to spawn in, I'm going to be keeping an eye on chat. If you guys have any questions or just want to chat and say hi, just give me a shout. I'll be responding tonight. All right. Do you know, one thing I love about this game, guys, is the impressive visuals. It's so good to see, like, all these, like, troops lined up. There's just something very satisfying about it. Do you know what I mean? Maybe that's just me. So here we go. We're not going to see the replay of the entire match, but just the kind of last 2 minutes that we witnessed when we started the live stream. So the next one, guys, we'll watch it from the very beginning, and we'll see what's what.
The 6th and 7th Wisconsin began to leapfrog over
yeah, there we go. So only caught the last 9 minutes or so of that one, but you can see here total casualties for the CSA. Here we go. 240 total casualties for the Union. 278. Very nice. So how's everyone doing tonight? Everyone enjoying their Tuesday evenings? Normally I stream a lot of Bannerlord content, but Bannerlord's not particularly active on a Tuesday, so I thought I'd try something that's got a few more players in it. Hence, we're doing a war stream? I guess it is a war stream of types, a live stream of War of Rights. So let's see, I wonder what the next map's going to be. Got my fingers crossed for a nice, good cinematic one. I think there is one map, which is basically just an uphill battle, and it's not particularly exciting to watch, so I got my fingers crossed that it's not going to be that one. Let's find out and see.
Casualties and trouble they had gone through at South Mountain would soon pale in comparison to the fighting on the 17th.
Just for everyone watching so far, how's it sounding there? Is the balance between sort of mic and gameplay all right? Okay guys, let's have a look. So we're going to jump into spectate and see what map we're playing on. Okay, so this one should be interesting. The point of contention is right here on this pathway. You can see there where the CSA are spawning in. The Union will be starting way over there in the distance, and they're going to have to make their way across and take out the CSA, who will be mounting a defence along here. So here we go. The players are all spawning in. And guys, if you're joining us, welcome to War of Rights. Just keep in mind during these battles that every single one of these men is a real player controlled by a human being, which makes it, you know, pretty impressive. So let's have a look. Let's move over to the Union side, see how things are shaping up over there. A shame we haven't got footage like this from the real American Civil War. Unfortunately, they didn't have drones in those days. So here we've got the artillerymen preparing for battle. Obviously, where they start, not particularly good vantage point on the enemy forces. You know, they're going to have to move these artillery pieces much further forwards if they're going to stand a chance of getting any good shots. Over here, we've also got the Union Infantry forming up. So let's have a quick look, see who's commanding the battle or the regiments today. So here we've got Ian Saved by the Cross, level 44, commanding. I forget the name of these guys, but they're a very pretty looking set of men. Those, they're very clean. They haven't seen too much action yet. Moving down here, we've got some of the smaller regiments. This one's being led by Leighton 09, level 15. Very nice.
You're still on the same mic.
Usually with these army compilations, there's typically always one regiment that has more than the rest, which, you know, usually the first one in the list. But usually as these matches get more and more populated, you know, some of the smaller regiments begin to fill up as well. You know, what we're witnessing here, guys, is probably a server that's maybe a third, getting on for half full. Just imagine how good this could be if there were twice as many players on the battlefield. So the Union are heading towards the front line. No particular tactic in mind yet, but they're just going to skirt through the forest, head around the edges, and remember, they've got to move up this hill through the forest. If we press T for a second, you can see the point of contention, which is that flag icon in the distance. So they've got some ways to go. They've got to march all the way up this hill and make their way there in order to win the day. So how do these games work? I'm sure most of you guys watching will probably be familiar, but just in case there's a few of you that haven't seen these battles before, basically there's an attacker and a defender in every battle, and the Union are attacking in this scenario. They need to take the point of contention and hold it for a number of minutes in order to win the day. So that's one form of victory. The second victory condition is that every team has a certain number of tickets or lives for their men. So if you lose all of your lives, that also means that you've lost the battle. But keep in mind that the defenders do have a life disadvantage. So, you know, the attackers, because of the nature of what they've got to do, they'll start with typically, you know, 20-30% more tickets than the defenders, just to compensate for the fact that they're the ones that have to get aggressive and go towards the defensive lines. So let's keep that in mind. So we're heading down the hill. Union forces making their way down the bottom. Interesting. Usually you see the Union attack up the top there. This time, Union forces are attacking down the bottom of this field. I wonder if the CSA will have spotted this. Let's have a quick check. So no CSA anywhere at the moment. It does look like they're all at the top of the field. So you can see here one of the largest Union regiments is attacking from this direction. Also in the distance we've got a number of other men from the Union coming down this way, and a small force over on the other side by the artillery by the looks of it. So we're going to stick with these guys for a bit, just see what happens. I've got a feeling things are going to get pretty spicy any second now. Right, here we go. Here we go, lads. This is tense. Are the CSA going to spot this? Are they going to send men? You can see there is a CSA flag over there with a few guys, but nowhere near enough that's going to, you know, defend against this onslaught of Union troops. The Union, sorry, the CSA, should I say, is still mostly situated at the top there. But look, they are looking to get a flank. CSA forces are moving across the field in order to get a good line of fire against the Union down here. You've also got a large Union force on the road there. But at the moment they're a little bit disorganised. They're not quite sure what to do. That's going to make it very easy for the Union to get some pop shots on them, get some early kills. Okay, looks like the CSA are moving into action. Let's see what these guys are doing around here. They are coming around the side. Oh, but I don't know, guys. There's not very many of them. I think they're going to need more men than this and if they're going to defeat the Union on this flank. Oh, the smoke trails in this game are just great, aren't they? I remember when this game first launched in 2018, and I mean, it was okay for its time. But, you know, there were some graphics to be desired, let's put it that way. But, you know, it's turned into a much prettier game than it ever used to be. So let's get a nice shot of these CSA men as they fire towards the Union forces on the fence line there. You know, the fence will provide some cover. Not a huge amount of cover. I think some bullets can go through the gaps. But it's better than nothing, let's put it that way. Oh, and that guy goes down. That was a great shot by that man behind the building there. So let's zoom out and get a bit more of a bird's eye view to see what's happening. Okay, look at this. CSA forces, they are getting a great flank on the Union here. I really hope they've spotted this. It looks like they're too focused on the CSA forces up the hill. I don't think they've noticed this huge CSA force getting in behind them. And, do you know what, guys? It looks like a few of them have just spotted it, but I think it's too late. Look, they're lining up here. And there it is, getting some excellent flanking volley fire. That's going to be taking out a lot of Union men. I think, guys, that's going to be GG for the Union on this attack. Well, they might survive. They've got 2 flags, so as long as they keep those spawns coming in. But it is going to be rough defending against 2 side attacks. And yeah, look at that, just as we're talking. Union forces dropping like flies. CSA firing from this direction. CSA firing from this direction. It's not looking hopeful for them. And there we go, look. That Union force completely wiped out and they've lost the flags. Let's see if this guy can rescue it. Oh, I don't know. Nah, not a chance. Whoa, actually, I say that. Look, he's getting away. If he can skirt around, get back to the starting position, I mean, that's a little victory of sorts. But I don't know. He's got a lot to contend with, so we'll leave that guy there. Head back towards the Union lines at the top here and see what else is happening. So we've got a second Union regiment, in fact 2 here mixed together. Who's commanding this one? We've got 6 knights, 4, 5, 6. They're doing a small charge across the field. They are up against a huge Union force there coming, sorry, CSA force coming across the field. So I don't know, guys. I think they were looking to go support their allies down there, but they just arrived a little bit too late. If I was this officer, I'd be looking to make a swift retreat right now. Oh no. Oh, the Union, what are you doing in this battle so far? Fair enough. You know, it's easy for us to say, guys, because, you know, we've got the nice top-down view, and we can see everything that's going on. You know, when you're an officer on the battlefield, you do see everything from eye level. So it's sometimes difficult to get the lay of the land. I've played officer a few times, and guys, it is tough. I highly commend the people that can do it well. So let's check out this small CSA force here. Looks like we do have a few artillery pieces. Very nice. So these guys are aiming down the main path. Not sure what at, 'cause I don't think there's any Union forces down there at the moment. But I guess they're just angling it ready so that there's a shot loaded, it's ready to fire, so if the Union ever were to attack, they'd just be able to run to this, press fire, and probably take out a lot of Union men in the process. Over here, it looks like we've also got a few more artillery pieces. These ones, okay, also bringing them down to fire down the road. I don't think they're attacking anyone yet, but again, just setting themselves up for the later battle. So let's check out the CSA lines on the stone wall.
My company, break here, reload, shifted right down the road. We're going to go check our flank.
Okay, officer there, giving commands, telling his men to shift right down the road. He must have spotted something in the tree line, possibly a Union attack. Nothing yet, but I think they're just prepping for the inevitable battle that's going to come. Here we go. So, let's head back to the Union lines. It does look like we missed a small CSA charge here. There's just a couple of men in there that have seemed to have survived. Either it was a charge or perhaps they're just Rambos. Probably another thing to mention, guys, about this game. The mechanics reward the players for sticking together. So when you die, you basically lose tickets for your team. I think I mentioned something about that at the start of the stream. But if you die out of formation, you lose anything up to 5 times as many tickets. So if you die standing next to your brothers in arms, then you know the hit to your team's points is much less. So when you see players, you know, like this one here, going off by themselves, keep in mind he is being sneaky. You know, he's probably getting a few kills there, but for him to make that work, he's gonna have to get 5 kills for every one of his deaths, and typically it's pretty difficult to do. Anyway, let's go take a closer look at these Union forces as they prepare for the next assault. This is just one of many Union regiments who'll be fighting today. You Nuggets! Welcome back to the live stream, buddy. We had a catch up last time, didn't we? Yeah, honestly, it's worth jumping in. There's a few players on tonight. I think when I started this live stream, there were about 200 players in the public server. And as the night goes on, as the Americans finish work, I'm expecting that number to increase a little bit. You know, as the stream goes on, these battles are probably going to get bigger and bigger. So here, let's move over this side. It looks like there's a Union charge, and they're going in. We don't want to miss the action. The Union are coming in. Oh, that officer with his pistol. Great shots. Oh, and he gets taken out, but that was a commendable effort on his part. Any Union left? Yep, looks like there was a small charge there. Some of the Union are still alive. In fact, quite a few of them. Whatever that charge was, that must have just been a small portion of the regiment on this side. They're shifting left, looking to get a sneaky flank on the CSA. Looks like there's a bit more cover approaching from this side, a few rocks to hide behind. That's really, really going to help them out. Jeb Stewart, thanks for joining, buddy. Honestly, my man, thanks for that feedback. It means a lot. I'm pretty new to live streaming. This, well, 2024 has kind of been my introduction to YouTube. I just thought, if other people can do it, why don't I give this a try? And, well, yeah, it's going all right. We've got some ways to go, you know. Three viewers on this stream, but, you know, it's 3 more than I was expecting, so this guy's very happy. Oh, and there we go. The CSA assault the Union position, and that's it. This is another Union regiment that's been taken out. Another failed assault. The CSA are doing an extremely, extremely good job at defending the point at the moment. Okay, so the CSA are actually getting very bold. You got to remember that these guys don't have to play offensive. They hold the point, so they can be defensive, but they're making a bold push here. Well, perhaps not. The Union are over on this side. Looks like maybe they're just moving over this side to some better positioning. Okay, heading back to the point of contention. Fair enough. But that is the main body of the CSA force in this battle at the moment. I think they're just going to sit tight for now and then react as the Union make a push. We've got a general here. Let's see who's commanding this CSA. It's Warwolf 3155, level 17. He is currently surveying the battlefield, looking for where the Union will make their next attack.
Remember, buglemen are not non-combatants.
Look over there. Union forces are spotted on the hillside. This general will be talking to his men, making them aware, getting them ready for the fight. And that is a lot of Union. We've got 2 Union flags approaching. That's going to supply them with a lot of reinforcements. That was a beautiful volley straight into the Union flank. Oh, and just like that, so many of the Union guys go down. I think that's why he's running those flags back. That's another failed assault by the Union, but they just have to keep probing. Guys, normally in this game, you know, the attackers will keep probing. They'll be testing the enemy defenses in the early game. Later on, we'll probably see some slightly more organised charges. I think what the Union need to do is they just need to gather all of their regiments together and push in unison. Right now, I think their main problem is that they've been pushing in isolation. You know, each unit's been grouping up as just 1 or 2, and it's just not enough. They just don't have the numbers to take the CSA positions yet. Your nugget, I 100% agree. War of Rights has always spoken to me. I first discovered this on the Pixelated Apollo channel. He used to stream it quite a lot back in the day. And as soon as I saw it, fell in love with it immediately. It's the kind of game that I always dreamed existed as a kid. You know, these like huge multiplayer battles with like hundreds of people on both sides. I am typically a Bannerlord streamer. I might have mentioned that earlier in the stream, but I'm recently just trying to break out into War of Rights because, you know, a lot of my audience, they appreciate a good large multiplayer battle, and this game certainly offers that. Let's put it that way. So here we got the CSA on the far fence, just forming back up, waiting for commands from their officer to make the next move. Let's have a quick look at the Union. So they are coming back through the trees again. It's just one Union regiment. If they're going to make this work, they're going to need some backup from their allies, because there is no way this small regiment can take on that huge CSA force alone. Let's have a quick look at who's commanding this one. Here we've got two regiments, in fact. Corporal Strauss and Ian Saved by the Cross again. We saw him earlier when the Union were forming up. So two officers, but only one flag. Interesting. Interesting. That's going to be difficult because it means they'll be getting half as many reinforcements to their front line as they should be. They're being very cautious. Just slightly peeking over the hill. I don't think the CSA forces have noticed this force at the moment. So let's stick with them for now, see what their tactic is. If we right click, you can see where the rest, yeah, so there's a huge Union force at the bottom of the field. A small Union regiment has spotted them actually. You can see the CSA flag coming down here, straight towards the Union force. Officer there commanding the Union to take one shot and fall back to safer positions. The CSA did take some casualties there, but I think the Union certainly took a few more, and they are counter-charging. The Union are gonna have to fall back. I don't think they're gonna be able to survive this. Oh man, that is brutal. Some of the men have their bayonets out. Nice pokey sharp things on the end of their guns. This guy's wielding his musket like a club. This is how basically melee works if you haven't got the knife or bayonet attached to the end. Bit like these guys here. Come on, Union. You've got to do better than that. So it looks like we've got another Union push down the bottom of the field. And remember, these are all completely different players to the ones that we just saw. Okay, this one's looking a bit better. Again, we've only got 2 regiments. And that's fine, you know, as long as the other regiments are distracting the CSA at the top. Because if those CSA can stay at the top, these guys might stand a chance at facing off against this equally sized force here. But if these guys charge down, it's going to be all over for these guys. So let's just see what happens. They're in the cornfield at the moment, getting some cover. The CSA will know roughly where they are because they'll be able to see their flags sticking out. But, yeah, you know, does make it a little bit difficult. Okay, so the CSA are also moving into the cornfield. Are they going to be heading towards the Union? They are. Look at this. They're going in. Come on, Union. You need a win. If they can defend this attack and then make another push, that'll be exactly what they need. Flag bearers are moving to the rear, trying to spawn some more reinforcements, but once again, guys, we got a bit of deja vu on our hands. The Union just didn't have the numbers once again. Although saying that, it is look closer than I thought actually. 3 versus 3, the flag's back up.
Back to the house, boys. Back to the house. Great charge. Great charge. Back to the house.
No, and there it is. This guy did a great job, though, getting the flag back out. He can go rejoin his allies. We're back over this fence here. Do you know what? These guys, when they saw that charge, they should have made a move to help out their allies. If they'd managed to defeat the CSA there, they could have moved up, taken stronger positions at the house over here. Remember, the point of contention is on the pathway up the hill. But, you know, taking one of these interim defensive positions is always a good way to kind of stage and mount an attack up the hill.
Yes, sir.
So here we've got the CSA making another push. They're coming across the field. The field can be deadly. You know, you're out in the open, there isn't too much protection. So I think these guys are going to be looking to get all the way across as quick as possible. I suspect they've probably spotted the Union further down the line, and they're looking to do a pincer maneuver, as these CSA attack from this direction, and these guys attack from the top of the hill. Let's follow them and see what's going to happen. Moving down the hill. Oh no, the Union, it doesn't look like they realised the CSA were here. They're moving up to assault these positions, but so many of them are being taken out by this volley fire.
Keep you guys spawning in.
So they're moving in,
The color guard.
getting behind the Union. We turn the flags on. You can just see how the Union have just been pincered and sandwiched between the two regiments. Their plan was to assault this line, make a charge, see if they can break these guys and send them running. But again, they just ran out of steam. Too many of their men got taken out as they charged these positions. A few of the Union did break out and go into the cornfield. And actually, we do have 2 flags here. So hopefully, if these regiments both spawn at their flags, it might be that we can get a full regiment attacking from this side without the CSA noticing. But now this guy's getting a little bit close. And yeah, they're going to spot that a mile off.
Boys, push back, push back.
More Union are coming down the hill. But at the moment, there's been a bit of a lull in the fighting. Looks like most of the Union forces are spawning back at base camp. Let's head back, just to show you how far away this really is. Here, we've got another regiment spawning in. Typically this happens when a regiment gets wiped, because if you don't have the flag, you can't spawn at the front lines. You know, you've got to go back to the starting position. Which can be tough, because, you know, it uses up a bit of time. We've got 21 minutes and 35 seconds on the clock. To the viewers watching today, how does it feel, a Brit talking about the American Civil War? I guess it's a little bit different from the usual live streams. Look, I've even got my cup of tea. I would say, you know, it's a cliche, but I mean, we all do it. We all love a cup of tea. Oh, perfect. Okay, let's move back to the front lines. It looks like we've got another Union assault happening. Again, it's going to be tough because, you know, this has happened quite a lot, this battle. The Union attack, but they don't organise it with the rest of their men who are still way back in the back lines. You know, these 2 units are going to have to contend with the full might of the CSA, and again, they just don't have the numbers. I'm starting to sound like a repeating record, but you know, it's got to be called out if the Union keep making the same mistake. Over yonder, see the silhouettes of the CSA men. You know, again, I don't want to judge the Union commanders too hard, because it is really tough. You know, you've got to have nerves of steel to command in these battles. Looks like the CSA are charging in. They're looking to clear out the rat's nest, get rid of those Union forces once and for all. And the Union has been sent packing. Looks like they're taking refuge behind this wall. A little bit more defensive than the positions they held before. Oh, it looks like the CSA are thinking about it. You know, they obviously can tell that the battle's going well, so they're being a little bit more aggressive than they need to be. They got a nice rock here. It's going to be a good place to defend.
Oh yeah, I only sent you a friend request like 18 years ago, dude.
Oh my god. I just went to friend you and I was like, wait.
Okay, look, we've got another CSA regiment heading in. Charging the Union lines. I think these guys are going to join them. Up and over, lads. Go, 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 go. And they're moving in. Yep, that's another wipe for another Union regiment. So obviously while this has been happening, you can see at the bottom of the map, the other half of the Union army is assaulting the other side. But again, you know, I can't help but feel the cycle's going to repeat itself. These guys are going to attack again without the backup from the other regiment. They're making it very, very easy for the CSA at the moment. French Monk, welcome to the live stream, buddy. Honestly, I know we've only been chatting for the last maybe week or two, but yeah, but I've been checking out your channel. It's some really good content. I really loved your video on the Kingdoms of Arda. Really looking forward to that mod if it ever arrives. But I don't know, I've got a good feeling about that one. Macbeth of Gondor, he's I have faith in that guy. He makes some good stuff. So here we have the Union. Hopefully this time they're going to be a little bit more passive and wait to see what their allies are doing. I guess one thing to keep in mind in these battles is that the players do all have proximity chat. So for the officers, there's no way to actually directly liaise with the other officers on the rest of the map. You know, you kind of have to formulate a plan when you're all together and then hope that you all attack in unison. You know, maybe plan it at a certain time on the clock. You know, these are the sort of tactics that get used. So these guys are heading back. I think that's wise. They should head up, rejoin their allies and push as one large unit. Okay, look, and the CSA are making a huge charge across the field. The Union do have strong positions here on the fence line. If they can push the Union back here and do a counter charge, they might be able to take the point. We'll see. We'll see. I think this is the most precarious we've seen the CSA looking all game. Oh, I don't know though, but again, guys, all the Union forces over there just in the wrong place. If they were here helping their brothers, you know, defend against this CSA attack, that would have made all the difference.
East, northeast.
Yeah, Jeb, I've been meaning to get into some of the events. Who is it? Cloud from the HRE events. He invited me to stream or get a video on Sunday. The challenge I've got is that that's the same day that a lot of the big Bannerlord events happen, so it's tough to get into both. But if you know of a good midweek stream, or sorry, a midweek large event, you know, let me know, because I'd love to jump in and maybe get more of a scripted video rather than one of these live streams. Ah, French Monk, thanks, buddy. No, it really really makes my day getting comments like that. Makes this whole streaming business worth it. This guy looking very fabulous, waving his flag. Very proud of himself. Let's move back over to the Union lines. And let's see what's happening over this side. Let's press T. We've got 15 minutes, 38 seconds on the clock. So the Union, you know, they've got a bit of time, but they're going to have to start forming a good plan soon. Otherwise, they're going to run out. It looks like they're probably not even going to win the ticket victory on this one. So you can see there at the top, the CSA are on the taking losses rank. The Union are down to breaking. So there's kind of like levels to the tickets, and as they run out, you sort of go down through the levels. And let's just say that breaking is the level below taking losses. So I think the only way the Union are going to win this is if they manage to take point.
Right, and he's just sitting over there getting shot.
I don't know why. See, listening chicken is not good.
So these guys are surveying the landscape. You can see over there a few CSA artillerymen who aren't really going to put up too much of a fight. Oh, that looked like canister shot. Looks like they were just a bit too far away for it to be effective though. Union preparing for a volley fire. Very nice. All in unison except that guy at the end. No rations for a week for that man. You look down here. The CSA are all rushing back up the hill. I think they've noticed that they don't have the numbers up here. It's a shame actually, because if the Union there realise how few men the CSA had, it would be a great shout charging in, maybe forming a defensive line along this fence. But I think they're just taking a little bit too long about it, allowing CSA reinforcements to head back to the main line. Warlord, welcome to the stream, bud. Again, another great Bannerlord YouTuber with some great videos. If anyone watches this back later, yeah, French Monk, Warlord, absolutely worth checking out their channels.
Be careful, Varg. It's alright, man. Just leave me bury my way.
So CSA are playing it safe here. They are pretty much dead on the point here. Yep, which is right there. The Union do have a line in the trees. Again, I think this is just one or two of the regiments. Yeah, it looks like it's just one. If they can survive here long enough until their allies can join them or attack from one of the other flanks, that could make all the difference.
At least a couple of us.
Steady,
Very nice. The officer here is commanding volley fire. Who have we got here? We've got Private Catman. Very nice, sir. Doing a good job there. I think this is the most cohesive we've seen the Union all game.
Guys, we left our colors down. I need one man to go get the colors. They're on the right.
Oh, Warlord, I know, buddy. There are some good VODs, actually,
Take
for
aim.
Bannerlord. For kind of Napoleonic era stuff. I know for multiplayer, there's the one organised by Lucon. It's on the tip of my tongue. I can't remember what it is right now, but they were on a bit of a hiatus. But I think they recently posted in the Discord for that mod about new updates. I think they've introduced Russia as a playable faction now. You know, Russia from the Napoleonic era.
We gotta make this line.
Ah, yeah. Do you know? Almost Warlord, but you have reminded me. It's sword and musket, isn't it?
Everybody, load and hold.
That's the one.
We're gonna adjust the line, company. Hold fire.
Yeah, exactly,
hold fire.
exactly, French Monk.
We're gonna make an L formation, guys. Once you get your loads, move it up, boys.
To be fair, I would love to do some footage of those games, but I think the problem is they just haven't been organising any events for that recently. But it sounds like they might be doing it again soon. So Union here, being a little bit aggressive. You know, I think they probably know that this is very unlikely to work, but you know, time's running out. They're getting a little bit desperate, so they're going to have to try something.
They're moving hard to the left.
Yep, they're moving hard to the left. That's what I'm talking about.
See the CSA scurrying around there like ants, way in the distance.
Make an L formation. I need a few men on the left side. Everybody else, take aim. 12 o'clock. Take aim.
Looks like Private Catman
Steady.
is commanding his men.
Steady.
I don't want to die.
Fire.
Another very nice volley towards the CSA lines.
Boys, they're
Let's
about
move
to
over
break.
the other side. Way over here. I mean, we saw some of the Union forces there, but it looks like the bulk of their men, they're just tied up down here. You know, you've got a handful of CSA men who are just holding them back. You know, the Union just need to be way, way more aggressive here. Come on, guys. The only reason why I'm so frustrated is because I know they can do better. I've seen the Union officers do some phenomenal, can't even say that word, phenomenal tactics in these battles. So it's just so upsetting, you know, to see that they're obviously not bringing their A game for this particular battle. But you know what, guys? The night is still young. They're probably just warming up. We can hopefully expect to see some better tactics as the night goes on. Samson, welcome to the stream, buddy. Good to have you here. Crikey, we've got the whole Bannerlord crew watching tonight, haven't we? And this was supposed to be a War of Rights stream. There we go. Another beautiful CSA charge. Oh, but look at this. While the CSA have been down here, there's a huge Union push. They've actually got behind the CSA lines in the forest. I mean, again, it's a shame that the officers don't have the intel, because while half the CSA are tied up down there, I mean, they have almost no men here. The Union could easily take this position. Well, I say that actually, you know, we do have 3 flags, 3 regiments. It's maybe going to be a little bit more tough than I originally thought there, but even so, it's the best shot they've had all stream so far, so let's see if they can make the most of it. Let's head back to the Union lines. They are over here in the tree line, firing at will as we speak. But it looks like they are retreating behind the rocks in order to conceal their numbers. Yeah, Samson, honestly, buddy, if you're into sort of big multiplayer battles, then this is definitely one of those games that delivers. We're actually in a maybe 100 versus 100 public match at the moment, but trust me, this is small for a War of Rights game. I think their servers can handle 400 players reliably. I think sometimes the devs do test maybe like 500-600 players, but you know, things start to get a little bit dubious. It does feel like, you know, 500-600 is the magic number in online gaming at the moment. I've not seen a game manage to get more than that, you know, on one server. I know a lot of games manage it by having multiple servers working together, but so here we go, guys. Union are charging in. Let's see if they can make this work. Oh, they've been pushed down to final push. So this basically means that they have no more tickets. But because they are the attackers, it does mean that they get an infinite number of lives. So the CSA come charging in. Here they go. Oh, and the Union gets surrounded one more time. That's the entirety of the CSA team there. All 100 and something players just surrounded and annihilated the Union. Just look at that pile. That was brutal. Very nice. This guy here looking very proud of himself. This guy looks like he's seen some stuff. So let's check out the clock. We've got 3 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock. So really, the Union are only going to have enough time for one final charge. And because they're on final push, it does mean they get an infinite number of respawns. But, you know, when you're starting so far back, you know, you're going to have to get to the front line quick. So these guys, you know, they're getting their reloads in, but they're going to have to make a move quickly. Otherwise, they're not going to get to the front line in time. We've only got 3 minutes remaining on the clock, guys. It's all coming down to this.
It is you. It is you. Your server messaging everyone to downvote chicken, right? That's what you're doing right now.
Yeah, Jeb, do you know what? I know that, buddy, because sometimes there's CEOs who don't know what they're doing and me. I'm desperate to learn how to play kind of the officer roles. You know, maybe we'll get some more streaming of that in future, but for now, yeah, certainly I know my place on the front line as one of the plebs.
This game is actual brain rot. This game rots my brain.
Yeah, French Monk, honestly, it's one of the things that makes this game so incredible, because, you know, a lot of games deliver the huge battle experience with, you know, AI and some, you know, clever trickery. You know, Space Marine, for example, I know that came out, you're one person and they got huge numbers of Tyranids attacking, but you know, a lot of it is kind of faked behind the scenes. Of the actual number of actual units is much fewer than you might think. But the impressive thing about these games is as you said, every single unit is a real player. You know, the servers are working overtime. I'll tell you that much, to receive and deliver all the different commands to all the players. But, you know, it's a sign of things to come. You know, I think if you go back 10 years, these sorts of games just didn't exist, really. I think maybe, you know, Mount & Blade Warband was one of the first ones, although it had a much reduced capacity compared to what we see today. But, yeah, just recently, you know, in the last sort of 4 or 5 years, we've had some good games that have kind of broken into that whole huge, you know, 400-player experience. So Union here are lining up. They've got 1 minute and 7 seconds. This is it, guys. If the Union don't take the point now, they've lost the round, and it's going to be a CSA victory. So this is it. This is the moment. I don't know. I mean, under normal circumstances, holding's the way to go, but these guys have got to get to the point. CSA charging in. And actually, you know, the Union's decision to stay put has allowed them to survive that charge with the nice defensive rocks. But they're going to have to counter-charge, and they're going to have to do it now. If they don't get to the point in the next 25 seconds, that's it. It's all over. Let's follow them as they go. Come on, guys. To the point, to the point, to the point. All of these guys just need to run towards the point. They've got 12 seconds. And look, the point's all the way down there. I don't think they're going to make it, guys. It was a valiant effort by the Union with that final push. But, look, they're nowhere near. And that's it. The round comes to a close. Everything begins to slow down as the game finishes and the server draws to a close. Well done to the CSA in that round. That was a really, really exciting battle. Loved that one. So guys, we're going to stick around for a little bit longer. I thought just to change it up a bit, it might be good to live stream 2 rounds tonight, just to keep things interesting. So we're gonna play one more before we draw it to a close. Yeah, well done to the CSA. So let's have a look at the map.
As Lee entered Maryland, he envisioned a state
You can see the Union blue flags pushing in a number of places, but you know, just look. Every time you see a Union push go in, it's always, you know, without the full force. Always in isolation. So let's see if they can get it right for the next round. You know, we'll consider this. We'll cut them some slack. We'll consider this a practice round. The next battle's the real battle. You know what I'm saying?
And he found the closest defensive position for his disjointed command, the passes of South Mountain. On September 14th,
oh, French monk. Yeah, that's cool. Didn't realise you played as a officer in Mountain Blade. Yeah, very cool. Have you ever joined any of the Sunday events for Bannerlord? They're a little bit like this, but you know, they're more kind of medieval based.
For a small while, though at the cost of General Garland's life. 2 James rifles of the 1st Battery.
Yeah, do you know what, Jeb? One of my favourite things about this is how, I mean, serious is the wrong word, because, you know, people are here to have fun, but they love the kind of reenactment part of this. You know, so the officers, they really like to give people that kind of authentic experience. And I remember my first experience jumping into this game just as like a regular infantryman, and having an officer, you know, shout orders, you know, marching down the line, doing volley fire all together. It's yeah, it's an experience that no other game offers.
Under General George Crook, which now marched up the loop road and across the fields towards the beleaguered defenders.
Do you know what, guys? You know, there's only a few of us watching this stream tonight, but I think we got all the best people here. I don't think we need anyone else. So look, the numbers at the moment, it's about almost 200 players in the server. You know, maybe just less, 190 or so. So we're probably at the point in the night now where the battles are as big as they're gonna get. But you know, if you guys like this, I'll try and get online for some of the larger 400 player battles in future. You know, consider this a little practice run of what's to come. So we're gonna spectate and jump in. So what's happening in this map? Where's the point of contention? Okay, so once again we have another battle where the CSA are playing defensive. So the point of contention is, I think I just saw it. Yep, just here on the fence line. The Union are going to spawn way over the hilltop there. And it's going to be the job of the CSA to make sure that they don't take this line. So this can be a difficult one because, you know, the defenders, they do hold the low ground. The attackers come down from the high ground, which gives them a slight advantage. But often what you see in these battles, the defenders, you know, they won't actually defend on the point because, you know, the defensive options aren't always the best. So we'll probably see them navigate off to the sides, you know, wait for the Union to charge and then counter-charge. So we've got a small CSA detachment here, hiding in the cornfield. They're probably just going to chill out and then get a sneaky flank on the Union when it's time. Let's head over to the Union lines. And we'll traverse the whole battlefield just to show you how far away they are. So here we go. Here's one Union regiment here. We've got a 2nd Union regiment going across the top there. 3rd and 4th one bringing up the rear. The men are moving towards the front line, looking very somber.
Let's go, gentlemen.
Is there a certain button for double time?
C, click C.
Yeah, do you know what, French Monk? I've got a lot of opinions on Tail Worlds and how the game is, you know, very much being wasted. You know, it's got so much potential, but I'm going to try my best not to turn this this live stream into a Bannerlord rant. You know, we'll focus on the game at hand for now. So, Union moving in, just coming over the hilltop. You can see a large number holding the centre, the left flank, and a smaller force down the bottom there going into the cornfield. They've obviously seen those CSA flankers that we saw earlier. So let's get a bit closer to the action. You can see where the CSA are simply from the smoke. Looks like they've got 3 groups, and oh man, look at that! That artillery took out a few men there. Where are the CSA artillery pieces? There it is, look, over there on the hilltop with the smoke. They managed to fire a shot all the way there, all the way down here. To the Union. Oh no! That was brutal. Oh dear, so the Union have managed to make it down here. If they can keep the flags alive and keep those respawns coming in, they might just stand a chance at, you know, attacking from this this side. You know, they have taken out the CSA on this position, so you know they're making some progress. They've made some ground. They've just got to hold it now.
All flags, run out of bounds. Flags, run out of bounds. Run out of
All
bounds.
CSA coming in.
Good job, we did it.
Flags are being asked to retreat, save themselves and keep those respawns coming in. I don't know, guys. I think the Union might do it, you know. That was a CSA countercharge, but I think they survived that. So, yeah, Union doing much better this game than we saw them previously. There is a little bit of disarray at the moment, probably while we wait for the officers to spawn back in. But yeah, guys, the Union are looking very strong at the moment. Very strong, I must say. They've got several of their flags down here, so those respawns are going to be coming in nicely. And the CSA do have a small force here, but it's certainly not enough to defend. Although they do also have all of their flags, so we can expect a lot of CSA reinforcements. I think moving around here to the stone wall, very wise. That's going to give them some nice protection.
Company. Independent fire on those flags. Start shooting them. Cut them down.
Crikey, look at this. What an absolute turkey shoot. I think the Union could spot that the CSA were beginning to gather forces up here. They decided to retreat a little bit and rethink the plan. You know, they don't want to waste lives unnecessarily.
There you go, boys. Keep up the
There is a small Union force still at the bottom of the field.
Back up a little bit and stand up.
Perhaps they're going to do a bit of divide and conquer, distract the CSA with this small force, while their main force attacks from the top. Oh my goodness. Just while we're waiting, just look at these uniforms and the detail. You know, those water canisters, the bags, the blankets that are wrapped around them for when they've got to sleep on the field. The developers of this game have done a lot of research. I've seen their Discord. They're always analysing old photos. You know, trying to mimic them as best as possible to make it as accurate as possible. This guy here, looking a bit like Mel Gibson. Freedom! Although that's a very different flag to that film. Let's not focus too much on that. Here we go. So main Union force here looking very strong. At the moment, it looks like they're focusing more on the ticket victory, so looking to whittle the CSA down just through kills alone rather than taking the point. And this is a good way to do it, you know? They got a good vantage point down on the CSA, which are further down there in the cornfield. Looks like we do have a charge. Hopefully the entirety of the Union will join them. Yep, it looks like these guys are going as well. This is exactly what the Union need.
Alright, flanks. AO flank. Let's go.
Oh, just look at this. Come on, guys. You can make it. There's a lot of CSA down there. Just enough men need to survive this charge. And just look at how many of their brothers have fallen as they attack the CSA lines. Go on, guys. Get in there. Keep pushing. Come on, it's looking a bit stronger down here. Just get those reloads in. Fire up the lines. CSA do still have an extremely strong presence on the battlefield. Oh, guys, I don't know what happened there. I think we've just had a crash. That's so unfortunate. I'm going to jump into Steam and see if we can get back in there. Bear with me 1 second. That's unfortunate, you know. Normally this game's pretty stable, but obviously the moment a man wants to do a live stream, these things happen. It's the way things are. So we'll just go back to the server browser. Yep, we're on this public one at the top. Let's rejoin the server, you know, maybe in the playback for everyone watching this after all. I'll just trim this bit out. We'll pretend it didn't happen. It's our secret. So we're just jumping back into the battle. And hopefully we'll get there before the action completely dies down. Okay, look at this. So when we left, the CSA were looking very strong, but you know, Union reinforcements must come in, and it looks like they've managed to defeat the CSA on this flank, which is really good. You know, once again, the CSA have moved positions. They're now holding this stone wall. Yeah, exactly, Jeb. Don't tell anyone.
On the line, boys, on the line. My company over here, on the line.
Yeah, play that song. Play that song.
North Carolina Company A over here.
So here we go. The CSA are almost back to full numbers. I think they've got 4 of the flags here. Okay, yeah, exactly. So all of their respawns are here. What you're looking at now is the entirety of the CSA force. And just look at this, guys. Who have we got leading them here? This is Lieutenant Colonel Knox.
Yeah, we're right here, boys.
We've also got Sergeant Joseph D behind the scenes there.
Press T.
Look at the detail on these uniforms.
Alright, my boys, take aim into the corn. Chest high, boys. Chest high. Chest high.
Guys, take aim into the corn. Very nice. So right now, they can't see exactly where the Union forces are, but they know they're in there somewhere. Oh, crikey! A Union charge! They are coming in! So we can see the flags, each one denoting a player. I mean, the Union are making a good push here. All those guys that we just zoomed in on, they're all gone. That CSA line doesn't exist anymore. They're gone. Countercharge from the CSA. Oh, we've also got a Union push from the top there. This is looking pretty good. A couple of the CSA flags have been taken down. Oh, but they are picking them back up. I don't know, guys. I feel like the Union should have maintained that push. They have the numeric advantage there. They also have a flank coming from the top of the hill. The CSA, while there's a bit of a lull in the fighting, are going to try and take these guys out. But, I don't know. These guys are defending well. We've got an officer here with his pistol. Oh, and that guy gets shot in the back. Who have we got here? Ian saved by the cross once again. Yep, we saw him commanding in the last one.
When they come on the left side, you shoot them down. We have strength in numbers.
So it does look like some of the CSA men have charged into the Union lines here. But, yeah, I don't think there's enough of them. The Union is probably much stronger here than even the CSA know. Hey, French monk. I got that reference. I don't know a huge amount about the Civil War, but that's one of the few things I do know. Stonewall Jackson. So it looks like the Union are just recuperating their forces. Look, we've got 3 Union officers here. And is that 3 or 4 flags? All 4 flags. So yeah, we've got the entirety of the Union force here in the cornfield. And I think we've got the entirety of the CSA force here as well. So this small detachment of Union fighters is still holding. I mean, this is impressive because look guys, they do not have a flag. So if these guys die, they can't respawn here. They have to respawn either back down at the flag here or back at base camp, which is miles away. So the fact that these men here have managed to survive is impressive. And it's a great flank because they're applying a bit of pressure. Okay, so moving back down here, let's get in the action. Union are making another push. They're coming a little bit lower. Okay, very interesting. The CSA haven't spotted it, but it looks like they're going to appear just out the bottom. And actually, look at that. That is a great vantage point straight into the CSA. Look, they don't even have a stone wall to protect them. Come on, guys, get out, get those shots in. If you can kill enough men on that first volley, you might just stand a chance. Few CSA on the right there. Few CSA in front. This guy on his drum having an absolute whale of a time. Look at him. This guy is loving life. A smile on his face. I think we should be a little bit worried about that guy. Union officers congratulating their men. That was a really, really great tactic. You know, there's still a few CSA men on the field, but I think the Union right now are looking extremely, extremely strong here. You know, they've got a nice wide battle line. Oh, crikey! As I say that, you know, they do have their backs to the CSA artillery up on the hill, but let's go have a closer look. Let me show you guys what we're dealing with up here. So in this game, we've got a few players that play artillerymen. And you can see here they've got 2 pieces of artillery in play at the moment. You've got someone reloading it, someone pushing the rod down the barrel. We've also got ammo and canister shells back here. And look, just to show you the detail, every one of these little boxes, that is a piece of ammo. These actually deplete as the game goes on, so the developers have done a really, really good job about making this as realistic as possible. So you can sort of see what they're dealing with. They've got a nice view against the Union forces down the hill there. So the Union do look like they're charging in the distance. I think I can still see a few CSA men there. If we get a closer look, let's see if the Union can take it. Guys, now this is a battle. The last round we watched was a little bit one-sided for the CSA, but this is what War of Rights is all about. Constant back and forth. Charges, counter charges. Right now, Union have 2 flags up. Looks like the CSA also have 2 flags up. Oh, they have gone down. Come on, Union, pick up the flags. You've got to get those respawns in. Oh, crikey. And that's another hit from the artillery on the hill. They just need to take this point. Come on, guys, just a few left. It looks like we've got the Union coming down the hill from this side. They just need to go in there and completely dislodge the CSA from this area altogether. Once they've done it, they can focus their attentions up the hill rather than have to deal with this extremely messy battle line. And that's it, guys. Look, the Union are actually doing it in this round. This is really, really impressive. They've taken the middle, and the point is up here, which they've just got to go take. So that was a commendable effort by the Union. You know, honestly, I think we were right last round about that just being a practice round. I think the Union was saving their A game for this one. Another hit by the artillery, but it just misses. Hits the field here. We do have CSA reinforcements trickling in, but at the moment, nothing that's going to stand up against the Union forces. Right now, the Union are being passive. They're choosing to maintain this position behind the stone wall for now, rather than take the point. Perhaps they're going for the ticket victory rather than the point victory today. And you know, they stand a chance. If you look at the points at the top there, both teams are on taking losses. It's really subtle in this game, but you'll notice there's like a small coloured bar behind each of the text there. That's basically how depleted that particular stage is before they go into the next stage, which is breaking. And right now, it does look like the CSA are slightly behind on the kill counts. Yeah, Jeb, it's cool, isn't it? I think when we looked at that artillery position earlier, they had only one type of ammo left. But yeah, exactly. Different shells have different abilities. So the CSA are playing passive for now. They're currently hiding behind the rock on the hilltop, choosing to stay far away for now. But you know, they've got to be careful, because although yes, the rock offers protection, all of their men are very, very condensed on that small hill. So you can see here, the Union have a nice long battle line, able to bring all of their arms to bear. You know, every single man has a clear shot, whereas the CSA up here, it's a little bit more messy. You know, each man has to be stacked behind the other as they hide behind these rocks, so their rate of fire is going to be heavily reduced, you know, at the expense of having additional protection. Hey, Dom Awesome has arrived. Nice to see you again, buddy. It's been a while, hasn't it? Yeah, Jeb, honestly, there's a reason why this game has been going for 6 years and you still get full capacity servers. It's because, you know, it just offers a unique experience. I mean, one day maybe it'll lose that throne when another game comes along, but I don't see it happening anytime soon. One thing which I know the devs have spoken about in the past for this game is horsemen and cavalry. They sort of teased it like 3 years ago, but they've not implemented it into the game. I think there's been a few tests with horses walking around the drill camps, but we haven't yet seen horses in a real battle. Okay, interesting. So the Union are making a small push up this hill. I don't know exactly why they're doing this, because there's nothing for them to gain from attacking this position. It's a suicide charge, when what they really need to do is take the point, which is over here. So yeah, back to the horses. So the devs haven't got those into the game yet, but you know, the idea is that they're trying to achieve a thing where they can have cavalry. And you know, this map especially, just imagine if you had like a regiment, maybe like 10, 12 men, all riding around on horseback. You know, maybe some would have sabers, some might be mounted riflemen, able to kind of move around the battlefield quickly and get those kind of side flanks at quick notice, you know, at speeds that the infantry just can't do. I think they've talked about, you know, mounting and dismounting behavior as well. Okay, so here we go, guys. I think the Union have decided it's time. They're going to move towards the point and start capping it. So yeah, you can see on the compass at the top there, that blue line is starting to rise. And once it has gone all the way around the circle, that'll be the Union have captured the point, and then it will be up to the Confederates or the CSA to counterattack. Yeah, Jeb, you know, I haven't really been following it too closely, but honestly, I'm not surprised by that. I was really excited about the cavalry and the horses when they first announced them. And, you know, we saw some good footage. You know, they showed us some like GIFs and a bit of animations of the horses, you know, doing their thing. But, yeah, I don't know what the challenges are, but I guess the devs must just have some issues. Oh, and there we go. So the battle's over. And it looks like the Union must have won that on the ticket victory then, because I didn't see the timer expire. Well played to the Union. Well played indeed. So guys, just because it's a school night and I got work tomorrow, I'm going to call the live stream there. But really happy with how things went tonight. And yeah, no, massively appreciate you guys stopping by. It's been really nice having a bit of a chat. You know, if you're ever around again, jump in. You know, I like to do a live stream. I like to chill out, have a bit of a chat while we do it. You know, yeah. So I'll keep you guys posted on when the next one will be. But yeah, just subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and you'll get alerts when the next one's coming up. Right, guys, thank you very much. I shall see you all in the next one.
The regiment of Garland's original command was the 13th North Carolina, which, with the help of Bondurant's battery as well as the 2nd and 4th North Carolinians from G.B. Anderson's command,